So this time, it's time to discover Czech Republic. Welcome to Prague. So guys, greetings from Charles Bridge in Prague. That's the most famous spot in Prague. As you can see, so much crowd. If you want to enjoy Charles Bridge, try to come here for the sunrise. Otherwise, plenty of people. This is city of Prague. This is what this is all about. After Rome in Europe, first time I was so impressed by the historical monuments, and you're feeling yourself like in a medieval fairy tale. Prague is wonderful. It's beautiful. How beautiful it is, I mean, I have no words to describe it. You got to come and see. Another must stop in Prague. You can see the architect of the church. Inside, exhibitions are being held. And beside of this, please check the gardening. Wonderful. So guys, that's how Prague looks like in the night when the dark falls, which means Prague definitely needs no sunshine. At the top floor of Dancing House, there is one bar. As you can see, all the Prague are below your feet. Cheers, guys! So guys, I just spotted one booklet, Discover Prague Tours, which offers free of charge tours to sightseeing places in Prague. It takes 3 hours, it's complimentary, located right across to Clock Tower. So I was recommended to visit small town of Prague, Vyšehrad. Only 20 minutes to walk from the city center of Prague by the Vltava river. So let's come and see. So guys, from the scripture we can find out that history of Vyšehrad is very important for magnificent history of Prague. The gate is like the door of one dungeon. Garden is very well decorated. Wow. Lovely cemetery right next to it. And that's how the Vyšehrad church looks like. Personally, I liked it a lot. Vyšehrad, look at the church, look at the architect. It's absolutely magnificent. So if you are in Prague, unless your time is tight, you can add on your bucket list Vyšehrad. You won't be disappointed. At the peak of the castle of Vyšehrad, that's how the view looks like. There is one fishing port. Down there, so many hiking trails, which offers so many outdoor activities, and we can see the ruins of the castle and Prague. As I told you guys, personally, I enjoyed Vyšehrad a lot. Yeah guys, Vyšehrad, only 20 minutes walking away from the city center of Prague. What makes it very special? If you want to combine serenity and nature and tranquility, in Prague you have one spot, Vyšehrad. You won't be disappointed. You can see there is one historical well. Beside of this, it's a small town, but remember that this place has a really huge history for beautiful Prague. As I told you again, if you come to Prague, unless your time is tight, you should come and explore this beautiful town. Greetings. So a new day in Prague starts with a nice coffee. And today our first stop is Petrin Hill, green Petrin Hill. So we can face down to the city center. And they say the view is absolutely spectacular. So on my way to Petrin Hill, very green and lush park is accompanying me. I'm super impressed, but guys, you need to have a little bit strong foot to walk up because it takes kind of time. Remember that. Know this. Get ready. What a lovely decoration of apple trees in the city center of Prague. So guys, on my way to Petrin Hill, I want to tell you something about how to get there. It's really steep cliff, so you need a little bit strong feet. However, decoration of gardening is absolutely wonderful, perfect, super greeny. You never get yourself bored. On my way up to the Petrin Hill, one lovely squirrel has been accompanying me. So finally, after covering a long distance to walk, here we are coming in. There is a lovely castle and that's an entrance. And here is the entrance to the fortress. We can face the one church. And recently they built here Czech Eiffel Tower. That's how it looks like. So just 10 minutes walking down from Petrin Hill, we have another spot to face down. Beautiful Prague. Every aspect of this church architecture makes me speechless. Look guys, how beautiful it is. So guys, have been more than 50 different countries. So many places blew my mind. But this place I can put maybe not on the top, but on top 10. Definitely wonderful. Another wonderful spot to watch the city center of Prague. So if you come to Prague Castle guys, let's walk down to this spot and enjoy the beautiful city. And what I loved about Prague guys, as you can see, between the city and green parks are really well preserved, which made me really speechless. So another wonderful spot to look how beautiful the city is. And the monument looks absolutely fantastic. And here we are facing to the other part of Prague. Here is the old town. So I'm really impressed. As I told you guys, Prague can offer you so many hills where you can face down to the beautiful city of Prague. And here is a monument, looks absolutely fantastic. And we can also face to the other side of Prague. West side of the Witkov Hill, we can face the other side of Prague. An enormous Czech flag. And this statue makes it even more wonderful. Astronomical clock tower in Prague, and here we are at the right in the middle of the city center of Prague, and square is decorated by one lovely statue which was built recently, and Tun Church. As you can see, the medieval architect is really lovely.
Excellent. Yeah, so in Middle Ages,
Guys,
14, and they didn't know that they
look
would have a big
at the layers and look at the architecture design
big sun, like a sun dial, so the whole formation is
till the summit of the astronomical tower.
so they are good.
And the column was built recently. That's not something particular for Prague history. However, it looks good on it. Guys, that's how Prague looks like from up at the summit of Letna Park, which means summer park in Prague. We can see all over castles along the Vltava river in Prague, and it is beautiful. Ostrava Stvanice, which means island of Stvanice. Just 20 minutes walking away from Charles Bridge, and the park is very green, really well decorated, and you can face down to the city center of Prague in that way. You can see also the barrier of the Vltava river, because Prague has been facing some very serious floods sometimes, and it's beautiful. So guys, Prague, what a city, what a heaven it was. That's our story. So I'm gonna give you some tips about Prague. Guys, spend at least 4 nights, because in some blogs I can see Prague is a small town. 1 day is enough. That is a compulsive lie. At least go to Witkov Hill, Patron Tower, Vyšehrad, and of course from the Prague Castle all the way walking down to the clock tower, across the bridge of Charles Bridge, of course, it is must. At least you can also stay longer, because there are some gems nearby like Kutna Hora and a lot more. And remember, you should feel the vibe of Czech Republic. Grab a beer, go to beer spa. It is beyond perfect. Some tips about you guys. If you want to change your money like euro or dollar, always do it in the supermarkets. Change office, they take so much commission. About Czech Republic, people, they are friendly but distancing. However, it is fairly safe. Exactly. What else can I tell you? When do you need to visit Prague? Prague can be visited anytime. However, because of the Gothic ambience, I will recommend you to visit during February, March, when the weather is more gloomy. However, in summer, it's also not too bad. In April, they have Sakura season. So, it is very sad for me to leave this beautiful city, because only after Rome, second place, which gave me wonderful impression in Europe. Goodbye, Prague. Nasledanou. See you next time.
To jednoznačně patří